Good morning لالي.
هاي أستاذ.
كيفك؟
منيحة، أنت كيفك؟
منيح. شو زبط الإنترنت عندك ولا بعد؟
إيه منيح.
إن شاء الله يضل على طول منيح.
إن شاء الله.
Which subject did you choose? History?
Yes.
You are not going to take any more geography, philosophy وتربية
لو ما بدنا ناخد.
Oh, how many free periods you have?
أصلا ما كنا عم نعمل أستاذ.
ما كنتوا عم تعملوا؟
إنه زوم ما كنا عم نعمل فيديوز.
ما عم تشوفوا الفيديوز بالبيت. This is why I don't send videos because you are not going to watch them.
إذا مرة بنحضر بس كل مرة لا مش منيح.
بعرف إنه كل مرة فيديوز ما مش منيح بصير أوكي بصير منأجل يلا بكرة بشوفه. وين please send a message for the others شو قصتهم؟
كتبت ما ردوا بعد.
فارت كيفها؟
منيحة.
لبنان ولا اوتسايد؟
لا هون.
سلمي علي كثير. ترو كيفو؟ ترو
منيح.
سلمي علي كمان.
ديل. هاي أستاذ.
هاي أليسا ما صار عم تغيبي كثير. You are a business woman.
شو أستاذ؟
You are a business woman. صرتي تغيبي كثير عن ساعات المات.
إيه سوري أستاذ.
Don't worry. ما لازم تغيبي بقى.
خلص وعد أستاذ.
بس I hope did you watch the video yesterday ولا no?
أستاذ probability بعرفها.
بس they كان different شوي كان the last question.
إيه أوكي. برجع بحضرها. أستاذ هايجاز وكريست ما عندهم إنترنت.
ونايرا as usual ما عندها إنترنت. وكريست وتوماس as usual he is sleeping. Okay, let's start. These exercises are from your mastering book because the sessions we have solved mostly all the sessions. I want to solve the supplementary problems because they are not solved. Okay. I have to solve about 10 problems in logarithm and 10 problems on exponential. Let's remember few rules in logarithm. First, let's remember the limits. How many important limits in logarithm we have? We have limit as x tends to 0 plus of ln x. How much? Limit x tends to 0 plus of ln x equals minus infinity. Limit as x tends to plus infinity of ln x equal plus infinity. limit as x tends to 0 plus of x ln x equals 0. Limit as x tends to plus infinity of ln x over x equals 0. We have ln 1 equals 0. Ln e equals 1. What is the derivative of ln x? What is the derivative of ln x? Is 1 over x. Derivative of ln u is u prime over u. Integral of du على u equals ln u. Ln a times b equals ln a minus ln b. Ln a over b this is a plus. Ln a over b is ln a minus ln b. Ln a to the n equal n ln a. These are the most rules and properties in this chapter. To solve equation, if ln x equals a, x equals e to the a. We start with the first supplementary problem. I will repeat, these are from your mastering book, supplementary exercises. بعدين حطيتهم هيدا عندكم على حطيت revision، حطيت logarithm. You can see them على blended learning. Consider the function f defined over domain is 1 plus infinity by fx equal x minus 1 over x ln x. Fx equal x minus 1 over x ln x. Calculate the limit as x tends to 1 we then deduce an asymptote. Limit as x tends to 1 plus of fx. We replace each x by 1. 1 minus 1 over ln 1. Ln 1 is 0 equal 1 minus 1 over 0 plus equal minus infinity. What is the value of the asymptote? What is the asymptote here? So x tends to 1, y tends to
على
minus
ستيب
infinity. أهلا وينك؟ بعدنا مبلشين من هون، هيدا أول part.
Yes, okay.
Part 1. So x equal 1 is a vertical asymptote. So x approaches 1, y approaches minus infinity, then x equal 1. So as x tends to 1, بتصير 1 minus 1 over 1 ln 1. Ln 1 is 0. So 1 over 0 is infinity. Number over 0 is infinity. We get x equal 1 vertical asymptote. Calculate limit لل fx as x tends to plus infinity. Part 2. Limit as x tends to plus infinity of fx. We replace each x by plus infinity minus 1 over infinity times infinity, infinity ln infinity. Ln infinity is infinity times infinity, we get infinity. Number over infinity is 0, so we get plus infinity. As x tends to infinity, x ln x, infinity ln infinity is infinity. And prove that the line D of equation y equal x is an asymptote to C. How to prove line y equal x is an asymptote? What's the nature of this asymptote?
fx minus yd.
Limit as x tends to plus infinity ln fx minus yd equals limit fx minus yd بضل في عنا minus 1 over x ln x equal minus 1 over infinity. It means that the line D is an oblique asymptote to C at plus infinity. Study the position of C and D. Study the position of C and D. How to study the position between C and D? We study the sign of fx minus yd
ما فينا نكتب دغري below d.
But how we need to discuss how minus 1 over x ln x. This one, since x is greater than 1, ln x is positive and x is positive, so هيدا negative. هيدا less than 0. So C is below D. Part 3. Calculate f prime x. Show that f is strictly increasing. We set up the table of variations. Fx equals x minus 1 over x ln x. How to find its derivative? F prime x هذا part 3. F prime x equals 1 minus u prime v minus v prime u over v squared. U equal 1, u prime 0. V is x ln x. What is v prime? Who can explain how to calculate v prime?
هون كمان بنعمل u prime v plus v prime u.
U1 times ln x plus v prime 1 over x times x equal ln x plus 1. So f prime x equal 1 minus 0 minus v prime u ln x plus 1 over x ln x squared equal 1 minus times minus بصير plus ln x plus 1 over x ln x squared, which is positive لأنه ال x greater than 1, so it is positive. يعني f is strictly increasing. f مطلوب منا نبرهن إنه f is strictly increasing. f is strictly increasing over 1 plus infinity. Table of variations. F prime x fx 1 plus infinity positive increasing from minus infinity till plus infinity. Part 4. How to
ما في عندك blank page.
بلا يلا. How to show the equation fx equals 0 admits a unique root alpha, alpha is between 1.5 and 1.6. How to verify fx equals 0 admits a unique root alpha, with alpha between 1.5 and 1.6. What we do here, what we have to say,
increasing.
f is
لازم
yes, f of 1.5 و f of 1.6 واحد negative واحد positive. So here part 4 here, f is continuous over 1.5, 1.6. F is strictly increasing over 1.5, 1.6. F of 1.5 is minus 0.14, which is negative. F of 1.6 is 0.27, which is positive. So fx equals 0 has 1 root alpha, where alpha belongs to 1.5, 1.6. Part 5. Draw DNC. Part 5. Draw DNC. We have the vertical asymptote x equal 1. We have the vertical asymptote x equal 1. This is the x equal 1 dotted. I have the oblique asymptote, the line y equal x. The line y equal x, if for x equal 0, y equal to 0. For x equal 1, y equal 1. This is the oblique asymptote, line D. Also, we have alpha, f of x equal to 0 has 1 root alpha between 1.5 and 1.6. You can take particular points on your calculator by using mod table. You take 2 or 3 or 5 points. The function is increasing. We follow the table of variation. 1 minus infinity. 1 minus infinity is here. It increases to plus infinity, but it is near the oblique asymptote. وشفنا بالposition إنه C is below D. C is below D. They will not cut. So increasing, it passes by alpha and goes near the oblique asymptote. Six part A. هذا البارت ما بتحبوه هو الانتجرال، بس ما بعرف ليه ما بتحبوه هذا البارت.
ايه هيدا
في عندنا two
لأنه
methods, either change of the for life science you have only one method, هي the method of change of the variable. For general we have two methods, method of change of the variable and integration by parts. انتوا عندكم one method life science. Calculate the area AT of the region limited by the curve C and the line D. Calculate the area AT of the region limited by the curve C, the straight line D, and the two lines of equations x equal E and x equal T. كيف بنلاقي الاريا between the curve and the line? Between the curve and the line and the two lines x equal E و x equal T, where T is greater than E. شو بتساوي الاريا between curve and line? الاريا between curve and line هي integral from A to B. على حسب مين above هي absolute value fx minus yd dx in absolute value. هلا إذا نعرف من البوزيشن بنحط الابove minus البيلو. يعني here بدنا نلاقي الاريا x equal E. This is x equal E 2.7 and T هاي E وهيدي T. I need to calculate this area. So the area by definition هي إنه هون D is above C. I put the area equal integral from E to T. هو إن between E and T yd minus fx dx. The area هي integral from E to T yd minus fx dx. تطلع integral from E to T f yd minus fx بتساوي 1 over x ln x dx. It is not a rule, I have to change of the variable. دايما بالlen to change the variable we take the len part equal u as u. Since it is not a rule 1 over x ln x, integration by substitution or changing the variable, I take u equal ln x. Change the bounds for x equal t, u equal ln t. for x equal e, u equal ln e, which is 1. For x equal e, ln e equal 1. بتجيب هلا dx. So du derivative ln x is 1 over x dx implies dx is x du. u equal ln x, derivative للu equal derivative ln x هي 1 over x dx, so dx equal x du. Then the area a of t, e صارت 1, t صارت ln t, t صارت ln t. dx هي x du, الاx بقيت x, ln x صار u, dx x du, ln x صارت u, سميت هاي du. سميت هاي du بجيب الدي اكس. تطلع دي يو على يو، دي يو على يو هي لن يو، دي يو على يو عنا إياها رول صارت whenever we make change of the variable we get a rule. دي يو على يو is ln u between 1 and ln t. First time I replace u by the upper bound equals ln t minus ln 1. ln 1 is 0. So ln t minus ln 1. A of t equal ln t. Any questions about the area? هذا 6 part A. حدا عنده شي question عن calculation of the area?
No.
The last
No.
part. The last part. Show that A of
State.
t. Yes.
هيدول كاتب أنت.
هي هون. Yes. بدك
أوكي.
إياهم؟
إيه بليز
بدك إياهم؟
لأن ما كتبت بعد.
Okay, I will send after this session. Okay.
ميرسي.
Show that. Show that A of t less than t. A of t less than t. A of t هي on the other page بس أنا مش كاتبها هون. How to prove A of t less than t. Upon comparison, when t is greater than 1, if you need to compare between t ولن t و e to the t, which one is the smallest? ln t is smaller than e to the t. هذا part B. ln t less than e to the t. I make ln the two sides. بصير ln t less than ln e to the t. ln t less than t ln e. هيدا ال e t بتنزل لهون يصير t ln e then ln t less than t. يعني a of t less than t.
هيدا t greater than 1 من حد حيلا.
هو قلنا t greater than 1. T greater than E كمان مش 1
اوكي.
T greater than. So this is all for today. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Okay,
يلا
نشوفكم.
باي.
باي
باي
باي.
ستيس.
باي باي.